Hi all. So in this video, I'm going to go over the syllabus for Composition 1 with you. So let's go ahead and get started. Once we get to the end of this, you will have a short quiz of 5 questions on it that you'll need to take. That all the questions will be covered in this. You'll only get one chance to take it, so make sure that you find all the right answers before you press submit on it. But it should be an easy 100. Okay, let's get started. So English 1301 is, this is a basic description of the course, and basically what it says is that you will be working on learning how to invent writing, the writing process, drafting, revising, editing, individually and collaboratively. So you will be working not just by yourself, but also with others on the writing projects that you have in here. You will learn effective rhetorical choices, so how to argue your points and how to get your points across. You will learn about audience, purpose, and style, which are all important things in making sure that your writing is effective. You will learn of the academic essay as a vehicle for learning, communicating, and critical analysis. And that is one of the more important reasons why you're taking this class right here. You aren't just writing these papers because we like producing lots of papers. The papers that you write in here honestly aren't going to be the best papers ever written. That is fine. The point of them is for you to learn about the subjects that you are learning about and learn how to learn, because researching and putting down your thoughts on paper and organizing them in a way that others can read is a really effective way to learn about the things that you're writing about. Okay, so here is me, David Jameson, and below that is my office and my office phone number. My office is in Old Main 220, and the phone number is right there. Don't call this phone number. I'm not even going to be in that office except for a couple of times this semester, and so there's no reason to visit me there. If you need to visit with me, we can meet over Collaborates or Zoom. Just email me and set up a time. Below that, you can see my office hours. Those are the easiest times to meet with me, but I can meet with you guys other times as well. This is my email, and I don't know why I can't see the mouse, but all right, there it is. So this is my email, djameson@kilgore.com, or it's kilgore.edu. djameson@kilgore.edu. This is the fastest way to contact me. Even if I'm not checking Blackboard, I will be checking my email. So make sure that if you have a question or something like that, you send me an email. And definitely, if you have a question, if you're confused about anything, make sure to send me an email or message so that I can help you, because if you have problems and I don't know what they are, I don't even realize there's a problem. So yeah, you need to contact me if you have an issue. That's one of the questions on the quiz, so write that down maybe. I will check my email every single day. I'll keep up with it between 8 and 5 Monday through Friday, and I will check it at least once on the weekends, except in cases of emergency. So yeah, email's the best way. If you want to send me a message on Blackboard, that's fine too. Just make sure to check the little box that says to send it to my email. Otherwise, I may not see it as quickly. Learning activities, these are the kinds of ways that you'll be graded in the course. Daily grades, you will have a lot of quizzes and short assignments that you'll submit. You will have little daily writing activities and things like that that you will turn in throughout the class. A lot of these daily assignments end up being part of the major ones though. So we'll have a lot of assignments where you'll be outlining or drafting parts of your papers in class or doing research, and those will be daily assignments, but then they will lead to the actual papers that you'll produce later as well. So you need to make sure you're keeping up with all of these. A first major grade will be in week 2, and it will be the grammar exam, where you will spend the first week learning about a lot of different grammar issues that could come up, and then you will take a 50-question test over those issues. You'll only have one chance to take this test. It'll be about an hour for you to take it and 50 questions, but most people finish pretty easily within that amount of time. Make sure that you study first, though. You will have one narrative essay. That'll be your first essay that you write for the class. We'll turn this one in, I believe, week 3. The literacy narrative is an essay that focuses on your experiences with literacy. That can be reading, writing, or speaking, or something like that, but it can also be anything that is a skill that you had to learn and apply. Any kind of skill you had to learn that you then had to be able to use in situations beyond just learning it. So like if you work at Subway and you had to learn how to make the sandwiches and use the cash register at Subway and take orders, that's a form of literacy. If you had to learn to fix a car or drive a car or speak another language, all of those are forms of literacy. So that's what that paper will be about. We will also have 2 research essays. The first of these will be over your field of study. So you will find a problem or an exciting new thing happening within your field, and you will write a 750 to 1,000 word paper about that, which will involve actually doing some research and learning about stuff in your field of study. And if you're here learning about something that you care about, then that should be an enjoyable experience because you'll get to write about that. The other research paper that you'll have will be an argumentative paper, where you will get to choose your own topic. And that means you could write about your field of study again if you want to. That's probably the most constructive thing you could do. Or you could write about a topic that you care about outside of school. Like if you think that Messi's better than Ronaldo, you can write 1,000 to 1,500 words about that. Okay, so I think we covered all that. You will also have in this class, just in the online version, an online discussion grade, which will be made up of, I think, 6 different discussions that you'll have throughout the semester. In those discussions, you will either be exploring ideas for papers, or you will be peer reviewing other people's work. Or the first one that you will have will be this week, where you will introduce yourself and talk to other people about their own interests and things that you have in common with them. So 6 of those altogether, 1 per week. Those will be the things that require probably the most constant work keeping up with in the class. And then finally, in week 8, you will have the final exam, which will be due by, I believe, that Thursday, because that's when the semester ends. So here's how the grades break down. Daily grades, the daily assignments that you turn in each week will be worth 20% altogether. So parts of papers that you produce, or quizzes, or readings that you're supposed to do, all of that will be 20%. The discussions that you have will be 10% altogether. The grammar exam will be 10%. The papers, the way that those break down is down here. The literacy narrative and the research paper are both going to be worth 10%. The argumentative paper, the third paper, will be worth 20%. And then your final exam will be worth 20%. So for major papers, the ones that we have in here, I have a policy where you will turn those in a series of drafts. You will write a first draft that you'll turn in as a daily grade for peer review, and that'll be in the discussion board. And you will turn that in, and some of your peers will read over it and give you feedback, and I'll give you a set of questions to answer about their papers and that they will answer about yours, covering things that are good about your paper and things that you could do better. You will have the opportunity to clean your paper up and turn in a second draft to me. And I will then go over it, give you feedback on it, tell you what you did well, tell you what you need to work on, and I will assign you a major grade for that draft. You'll then have the opportunity to rewrite it for a higher grade. So if you like the grade you got for your second draft, and sometimes people get A's on these, you can keep it. But if you want to raise your grade, you will just go in and make the corrections that I tell you to make, and you can usually raise your grade up to an A. As long as you turn everything in, and as long as you do all the work in here and you're not cheating, everyone should be able to make an A in this class. I believe that everybody comes from different ability levels, and I'm just trying to take you from whatever level you're at and make you a little bit stronger than that. And so that's what I'm looking for in an A, is for you to show improvement. For daily work, if you turn in daily assignments late, the highest grade you can get is a 70. If the second draft of one of your papers is late, you won't be able to rewrite it for a higher score, and whatever you turn in will be the grade that you get. You also may not receive feedback, because going back and giving feedback after I'm out of feedback mode is really, really hard. Late final drafts will not be counted. All right. For materials for this class, I'll provide you all of the text that we use in here. The couple of readings that we'll have that will be over, how to research or how to argue or whatever, will mostly come from the OER, which is available at this link that you can see, but I can't, where it says here, there. So you can click that and see the book that we're using, but I will provide you links to everything, so don't worry about any of that. You need access to Blackboard, which you must have if you're listening to this video. You'll also need access to your Kilgore College email so that you can keep up with any messages I send out. You won't need paper and pens. That is incorrect, since this is an online class. And you may need a iPad or laptop or some kind of computer access. That could be going to the library, but that would probably be better off if it was a home computer. You'll also need a Google Docs account. That's where you're going to write all of your papers. You're going to write them in Google Docs, and then you are going to set me as an editor for them so that I can see the process you went through writing your paper. Okay. These are some academic policies. You can look these up on the websites. I'll go over honesty in a second. For communication, we already did that. Makeup work, we did that. Student grievances and complaints. If you have a grievance or complaint with the way that I'm running the class or somebody else in the class, you need to come to me before you try to go to my supervisors or whatever. If you go to them first, they're just going to tell you to come back to me. And I don't ever really have any grievances or complaints because I am very easy to work with. Withdraw from the course. If you need to withdraw, you need to send a request to me to do that. We've changed the policies about this a lot recently, so I'm not 1,000% sure how this works at the moment. But you'll either need to initiate that yourself or contact your counselor or talk to me. But talk to me, and by that time we'll have figured it out. The rest of this, doesn't really apply, except evaluation of instructor. That's going to mean at the end of the course, you'll get the opportunity to grade me and say if you think I did a good job or not. Hopefully you'll say I did. But if you don't think that I did, you'll be able to complain about it there. Yeah, so I'm not just grading you guys, you are grading me as well. This is a breakdown of the calendar. All of this is subject to change. But the first assignment that you see here is the syllabus assignment and the getting to know you discussion right here. You need to post your initial post to the discussion by Wednesday. That way I can see who's participating in the class and who may not even realize they're enrolled in college right now. If you don't post anything on there by Wednesday, I'm going to send out an early alert to everyone saying to contact you and figure out what's going on. If you don't participate within the first week, then you'll probably be dropped from the class. The rest of these, you'll need to do your follow-up post by Sunday. And then you will have all of these assignments as well this week. So I'll cover that in the week 1 instruction video more. And you can see here how the rest of this breaks down. We have the grammar test in week 2. We have the narrative essay that will start in week 2 and then finish in week 3. In blue here is the research paper that you will write about an issue in your field of study. And then in red, this is the argumentative paper. So you will have major grades due week 2, 3, 5, and 7, and then you will have your final exam in week 8. And that will be due, on that Thursday. All right. For attendance, for this class, you don't actually have to meet anywhere in person, obviously, because it's an asynchronous online class. But your attendance will be based on participation. Any week when you do not attend, that will be counted as you being absent for that entire week. If you miss an entire week of class and don't participate, you will lose 10 points off of your final grade. So if your grade at that point says you have an A, you actually have a B if you missed that amount of time. If you miss 2 weeks, you'll lose 20 points. If you miss 3 weeks, you'll lose 30 points and will have effectively failed the class. At that point, I will send you a message telling you should probably drop. The only excused absences are those caused by documented health issues or family emergencies. But like school events or holidays or stuff like that don't really count for this because of how flexible the online system is. Early alerts, if you miss a lot of class or you don't show up on the first week, you'll receive an early alert where the counselors will start blowing up your phone and becoming really irritating. Announcements. Every week I will post an announcement explaining what you need to do, and it'll have the week video instructions with it as well. So that's what that's for. That's to keep you up with the class. If you're not sure what you're supposed to do, first thing you should do is check the most recent announcement and see what we're doing that week. Academic integrity. So have a lot of academic integrity issues recently, and online that is going to be especially difficult to control, but you need to not try to cheat in this class. I have a lot of different methods to tell if that's what you're doing, and if that's what you're doing, I won't hesitate to just fail you for the whole class. Academic integrity includes but is not limited to passing off someone else's work as your own, or plagiarism, or having a machine produce it for you, such as ChatGPT. You're not allowed to use either of these methods to complete assignments in this course for obvious reasons. The obvious thing is you need to learn this stuff in order to be able to do well later on. If I catch you using any of these methods on assignments, you will receive a 0 for that assignment and any other assignments leading up to that one. So if you turn in your research paper and I detect plagiarism in it, or I detect that you were using ChatGPT in it, you won't just fail the research paper, you'll also fail all of the daily assignments that led up to the research paper. If you do it more than once, you receive a failing grade for the course. You are allowed to use word processor programs, so I don't have a problem with you using Microsoft Word and clicking on the little squiggly lines underneath the word to see how to spell it or how to use the grammar. That's fine. You're just not allowed to use AI programs like ChatGPT that will write your papers for you, expand on your ideas, or enhance your paper's vocabulary. Don't use any of those. That isn't helping you learn how to think. It isn't making you smarter. It is just passing off the machine's work as your own. Academic dishonesty is the fastest way to fail my class. So don't do it. Okay, Title IX, if you have an issue with being harassed or discriminated against, Title IX is here to protect you. If you report one of those issues to me, I will report it to Title IX. They're very good. You can see their phone number right down here as well as the college police department. If you have any of those issues, contact them. The Writing Studio and Tutor.com. This is a resource that's available to you to help you with getting your papers in order. They can go through your papers. The Writing Studio is located here on campus, and they can meet with you online or in person. And they know my expectations for papers. They know me. I've worked over there with them a lot. So they know how to make the papers the way I want them made. Tutor.com is a service that is available 24 hours a day, so it's more flexible than the Writing Studio, but they don't actually know me. It's just a random English teacher somewhere in the United States that will help you with your paper. You can use either of those methods to help you with your writing, to help you feel more comfortable with your drafts. They're both very good, and I'm going to require you to use those twice throughout the semester, once with your research paper and once with your argument paper. Disability services. If you have a disability, make sure you get in contact with them and you tell them to send me a note about it. I have links where their phone number is here and their website is right here. If you don't contact them, set up a meeting with them, make sure that your disabilities are on file with us, make sure that they've sent me a letter telling me how to adjust the class to fit you. I can't help you. I can only help you if I have that letter. AI system disclosure, Blackboard and Zoom and a lot of the other programs we have here have a lot of AI in them, unlike just like everything else. I would turn all these features off if I could, but I can't. So that's what this is here for. It's legal stuff. These are the core objectives. We already did those. The last disclaimer here. As instructor, I reserve the right to amend or modify the syllabus as necessary to promote the best education possible within prevailing conditions affecting this course. If our computer system gets hacked, or if some other crazy thing happens, we may have to switch platforms or change up how the course is run or something like that. But anything that I do to change the course is going to be to help you. I'm not going to do anything to make this more difficult or anything like that. All right, guys, that's the syllabus. Let me quickly look at the quiz and make sure I covered everything. Check analysis. We covered that. All right, yeah, I believe we covered everything. All right, guys. Go ahead and take the syllabus quiz now. If you need to go back through the video or read through the syllabus, make sure that you get all the answers right. It should be a very easy 100. All right, see you guys in the next part.